Well, he's the pride of Lake Charles, Louisiana.
That's right.
Does everybody remember that, Terry Fontenot?
Absolutely, man. Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Happy draft day weekend to you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, here we are again. And of course, you have got a pivotal role in all this. I know that when people look at your job title, they say, well, hold on, isn't Terry in charge of pro scouting? But yet that has a dynamic aspect to this weekend as well. How so? Explain.
It does. So number one, the pro department, it's our job to look, we watch pro players every day. And the college scouts are trying to project players to the NFL, so we can help them with comps, player comps. We can help them in the evaluation process, just helping them understand what's playing in the league.
Yeah.
So that's critical. And then also, it's our job to be experts on all the other 31 teams. So we know, number one, we can anticipate what they might draft, and also we can look where they have surplus and be aggressive in terms of trades and knowing what's going to get cut off rosters.
And Terry, once these guys become pro football players, don't they kind of fall under your umbrella right away?
They sure do. Yeah. So you want to know as much as you can about them, because even you look at some of the players that we signed in free agency, we learned a lot about them during the process of the college draft. So it's important.
When you think about some of the guys that have been recently drafted, not just by New Orleans, but by others around the league, and then they transition to the pro game, how drastic is the change from a player at year 0 to even, say, year 2 for these guys?
It's interesting because you can look at some players. I think our college department has done such a good job as some of these guys right away. I mean, from day one, they make a really good transition. And some of them, it takes a little bit longer, but that's why it's important to have a clear vision, be on the same page with the coaches, so the players that don't make as quick of a transition, we can have patience and continue to work with them.
Yeah, certainly draft day weekend is a chunk of the off season, but let's not forget free agency ongoing. That's already well underway for you guys. Terry, when you think about what the Saints have done at free agency so far, what boxes have been checked? What pleases you at this point?
So free agency is a bittersweet time because you lose some players you don't want to, and yet we've been excited about the players we've added. We want to make sure we add players with the right makeup and also the right skill set, and we have a clear vision for how we're going to use them. And with all these guys that we've added, we've done that. Offensively with Jared Cook, Latavius Murray, Nick Easton. Defensively, Malcolm Brown and Mario Edwards. All guys that they check all the boxes in terms of makeup and skill set. So now we get into this next wave of free agency, and we feel like we'll be able to continue to add. We have some players, whether it's on another roster right now, trades, players that are going to be cut, and there are also some unrestricted free agents that are still available on the street that wanted to wait until after the draft and kind of see things. So we're in communication with a lot of those guys.
Is the free agency period pre-draft harder, more difficult? How different is it from now what you'll transition into May?
Well, it's now we know exactly, like after we get out of the draft, there's a few more holes, but we know exactly what we need to fill, and the players kind of know exactly. So I feel like it happens a little bit faster, not as expensive after the draft than it is early on. But again, we feel like we know there's some areas we need to continue to add, and we'll be able to do that over the next several days, weeks, even months.
I'm thinking about this year's draft in a different way, as I know everyone is. No first-round pick at the moment. Certainly you're going to go deeper into the second round, and then it's kind of backloaded a little bit. Because of that, was the free agency period more vital, more of a must thing this year because of that, as opposed to maybe the last couple?
Yeah, but you know what? I really believe that we have an excellent staff, and we're going to find value in all areas of the draft. I just did an interview with Zach Strief, who was a 7th-round pick, you know, and he's a really good player for us. Marcus Colston, 7th-round pick. So we know that we're going to be able to find players in all those areas, and even after the draft, we're going to continue to dig, and we're going to fill these holes or continue to add competition on the roster with some good players.
Less holes now, aren't there?
Absolutely.
It's kind of a good thing, bad thing, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So for a guy that's trying to make this team, the opportunity is maybe less than it was several years ago.
Well, I think the better job we do of having clear visions, and we've said that when we're signing free agents and also when we're going through the draft process, how is this player going to make the team? That's a question you have to ask yourself. How is he going to make the team? We have to make sure we do that, and so we give them the best opportunity we can.
Last thing is this. We know how important the center position is. Did the Max Unger situation catch you all in an awkward way, or did you already know that there might be this need for a guy like Nick Easton?
I think we were prepared. I think we kind of knew, obviously, Max is going to communicate with the coaches, and he wants to lead this team in the best situation. So the timing was critical with that. But we kind of understood about it, and we were really excited to get Nick Easton. I mean, smart, tough, competitive. competitive. He's a versatile player, so we're excited to have him, and we were prepared for it.
Any superstitions about the draft? Do you
Not at all,
do
man.
anything, any particular?
No, man. Just work hard, grind, and go get some good players.
Terry, thanks. Good luck to you
Thank
guys.
you.
Yep.
All right, man.